can we talk?
Huh? Talk? Sure.
Oh, are you busy? It's okay if you are.
No, it's fine. I just wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I'm sorry for showing up so suddenly.
But... I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, really.
I'm not good at chatting. I just can't think of what to say and I get all quiet. I feel like people get uncomfortable when they talk to me, so I always apologize.
I don't feel uncomfortable at all, so don't worry about it. Talk as slowly as you need to.
Thanks. So, did you want something?
Oh, it's not that important, but I saw you watering the flowers at OSF headquarters before. I wanted to ask you if you like flowers and plants.
Yeah. Gardening is my hobby. I've grown lots of plants since I was little.
Wow, gardening sounds fun. There were a lot of plants in my garden at home, too.
Your garden is probably big.
Yeah, I bet taking care of it was hard. We've kind of let it go lately.
That's too bad.
It is. There were all kinds of flowers before. I used to enjoy spending time looking at them.
Oh, Yuito, you like plants?
Huh? Well, I suppose you could say I do. I've never actually grown them myself, though.
What kind do you like? Flowers or decorative shrubs? Big trees are cool too.
Well, if I had to choose... Oh, right. There were these beautiful white flowers in our garden. I liked those. They seem kind somehow. They only bloom for a short time, though.
Do you know the flower's name?
No, I don't. The old gardener who planted them quit a long time ago. Tsugumi? Why are you so quiet?
I think I can find that flower.
What? You can do that?
I'm good at investigating plants. It will be faster if I have more information.
Information? Oh, you mean like the flower's characteristics? I think it bloomed in the winter.
What else? Tell me exactly what it looks like.
The petals are small and kind of pointed, and the tips of them are tinged pink. The leaves were oval, long, and thin, and kind of came up around the bottom. It was about this big. Does that make sense?
I get the idea. Now, do you remember the number of petals? That's a small detail, so you might not.
Yeah. I'm not so sure, but I think it was about 6? No, wait. Maybe 7. Yeah, it was 7. I think.
You have a good memory. That's plenty of information. I'll look into it. I'll let you know when I know the name.
Thanks. I'd be so happy if I could see that flower again. Hey, Tsugumi?
No, this is lanceolate. Smaller and cyclic.
It doesn't look like she can hear me. I guess she really does like plants. She's really focused. I'll leave her alone.
Oh, Yuito. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
That white flower. I told you I would look into it, but I still don't know the name.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in a rush or anything. Thank you for continuing to search for it.
I will definitely find it. I will show you that blooming flower. So wait.
Okay, I'll wait, but don't push yourself. Just do it when you have time.
Wait.
What?
Huh.
It looks like she wants to say something. I feel bad for putting pressure on her, so I'll wait a little.
How is your stomach feeling recently?
My stomach? Now that you mention it, I guess I haven't had much of an appetite lately.
You should take some medicine.
Thanks, I will. How did you know my stomach wasn't feeling well?
My power.
Oh, that's right. You're clairvoyant. So you have the ability to see inside my body.
I do my best not to look into people's bodies, but it's hard to control. Sometimes I catch a glimpse.
That's a useful power, but it sounds a little gross. That must be hard, Tsugumi.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have looked without permission.
Oh, don't worry about it. You seeing my organs is less embarrassing than if you saw me naked. Also, you told me because you were concerned. So, thanks.
But I still shouldn't have done it.
Huh. How come you're always so hard on yourself?
It happened a long time ago, when I was little. I wasn't as good at using my power then. I saw a lot that I shouldn't have. Inside bodies, inside rooms, people's secrets, things I didn't want to see. I didn't know it was bad, and I saw something my friend was hiding. I told everyone about it, and my friend and all the adults were afraid of me. I was alienated. Everyone hated me. I didn't want people to hate me anymore, so I became afraid to talk to anyone. So I'm always careful not to see or talk about people's secrets. But...
That sounds pretty terrible.
yeah, I did a bad thing.
That's not what I mean. You were just a kid. There was nothing you could do. Those adults should have known better. I'm sorry that happened to you when you were little.
But it wasn't all bad.
Really? From what I just heard, it sounds terrible.
I didn't have any human friends, but my grandpa taught me about plants. My grandpa liked bonsai, and he knew a lot about plants. He taught me that plants are friends who don't talk.
Friends who don't talk?
Yes. Well, not with words anyway. But with the shape of their branches or the state of their leaves, they can tell us a lot. And when we're sad, they're always silently by our side. When I heard that, I started to like plants too.
I see. Your grandpa sounds really nice. Thanks for the talk, Tsugumi.
Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, I will. Friends who don't talk, huh? Well, Tsugumi doesn't talk much either, but she cares a whole lot. I guess liking plants is something we have in common.
Are there any problems?
I think things are fine right now.
If you need anything, just tell me. I want to help you. I may not be very useful, but I'm here for you. Oh, Yuito, I would like to talk to you.
What's up, Tsugumi?
I think I finally found that flower. Look at this.
Oh,
It's called a silent snowmelt. It's a rare flower that only blooms at high altitudes. Is this the one you saw?
yeah, this is the one. That's incredible. I can't believe you found it with such little info.
This flower's natural environment is different from Suo's climate, so it took some time to find.
What does that mean?
It blooms on cold, high mountains, so the temperature in your garden is too high. Growing it would be difficult.
Oh, I guess that's why they always wilted.
No, it's amazing that the flowers bloomed at all. I would like to try growing them myself, but...
Is there a problem? Oh, you did say it was a rare flower.
yes, you can't normally get seeds or sprouts. There isn't any data about its natural habitat either. There isn't any information about how to collect them yourself, or where to look. I'm stuck.
Okay. Let's see. If they were in my garden, That means they probably grow somewhere in New Himuka.
I want to search for this flower.
Honestly, I felt bad about leaving all the searching to you, so I looked into it a little myself. The gardener who planted this flower already passed away, so I haven't got a single clue where he got it.
That's sad. I'm sure he was good at what he did.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time and care to raise it in our garden. And I figured out why I remembered this flower in the first place. After my mom died, I was really sad for a very long time. The old gardener, he knew she liked those flowers, so he planted them for me.
I see.
So I'm glad I know their name at least. Thank you.
But you haven't seen the actual flowers yet. It must be frustrating.
Still, that's good enough for me. Thanks to your thorough research, I can look at pictures of the flower whenever I want.
You want to see the real thing, don't you? I'll check some more.
Huh? Oh, well, I'd like to see it if I can, but you don't have to go out of your way.
I promised I would find it, so I don't want to give up.
Okay. Thanks, Tsugumi. And I'll help in any way I can.
Okay.
She was really excited. She can be pretty stubborn sometimes. I didn't know that about her. Although, the fact that she let me see her like that means she's starting to open up. That makes me kind of happy.
The flowers I planted before are about to bloom. When they do, I want to show you, Yuito.
I'm looking forward to it. You're good at taking care of plants.
You're good at taking care of me. You're good at taking care of people.
Huh? Really? Oh man, you're making me blush.
Yuito, do you have a moment?
Yeah, what is it?
That white flower. The silent snowmelt. Something about it has me curious.
Did you find something out?
I'm not positive yet, but remember when we climbed Hino Mountain?
Yeah, it was cold there. Walking through the snow was tough too.
That mountain is the perfect place for the silent snowmelt to grow, I think.
You did say something about that flower blooming on cold mountains, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'm going to go.
You're going to go where?
To Hino Mountain.
What? You're going to Hino Mountain by yourself to look for that flower?
I won't just look for it. I'll bring it back. I will show you that flower.
No, that's way too dangerous. It's a steep mountain, and there are others there. I can't let you do it.
It's fine. I can fight. I've been fighting longer than you.
That's true, but going alone is a bit... Are you absolutely set on going?
Yes. Even if you try to stop me.
You're kind of... No, you're really stubborn. All right, I'm going with you.
What? But...
It's no use. I'm going, even if you try to stop me.
Okay, then we'll go together.
Yeah, to Hino Mountain.
Oh, I found it! A whole cluster of them.
Wow, looks like you were right after all. So, where is it?
Close by. Wait. Oh no.
What? What do you see?
An other is walking near the flowers. It'll crush them.
Let's hurry.
No.
I guess we can't just shoo it away. Watch out, here it comes. Get ready to fight.
Understood.
Next. Here we go. Next. That should do it. Are the flowers okay?
They were trampled. They're almost all crushed. If we had only found them sooner.
It looks like almost half of them are still fine to me.
I saw below the ground with my clairvoyance. The stems are broken and the roots are twisted. They're all hurt.
No way. Not even a single one survived?
Some are just weak. I think they'll recover. It will take time, though.
I see. Well, at least we saved them from being completely wiped out.
But I don't know what to do. I plan to bring the flowers back with me.
Will they just wilt if you bring them down from the mountain like this?
With the right nutrients, they'll be fine. I've thought about how to cultivate them, so I'm pretty confident. But the environment I'd be growing them in would be harsh for them. I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do.
You're such a kind person. Would you be opposed to the idea of just leaving these flowers here? This is the best environment for them, so they'll be healthy here.
But you like these flowers, are you sure?
Just the fact that I was able to see them blooming makes me happy. And you worked hard for that to happen. So, what do you think?
If the flowers are happy, I don't want to ruin that.
Okay, let's go then.
Yeah.
Hey, how come you wanted to bring the flowers back with you?
Huh? Oh, it's a rare flower, so I wanted to try to grow it myself.
So a little intellectual curiosity then? Guess you're like a botanist.
When I grow a new plant, it's like I get a new friend. It makes me happy.
I see. Well, now you have a long-distance friend. We should come visit the flowers again.
Sure. And...
Was there another reason?
No, it's nothing.
Oh, okay. There's obviously another reason. Now I really want to know what it is. But it's not like I can force her to tell me. Well, I'm sure she'll tell me eventually. We should get back to the hideout and get some rest.
Sorry to bother you, but can we talk?
Yeah, sure. Did I do something? I mean, you're pretty observant.
Well, you always take care of me and the others, right? You should take care of yourself too. I'm worried you might dry out. Yuito, can I ask you something?
Sure, what?
We found the white flowers already. I was wondering if there were any other plants you want me to find?
Nothing comes to mind.
Oh, alright.
You look really disappointed. What's up all of a sudden?
Well, I wanted to help you.
You always help me. Not only in battle, but with the flowers too. That's more than enough.
But
Huh? What is it? Oh, sorry. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Wait, I'll say it. I have to. I want to be brave.
Tsugumi?
I want to be... I want to be your friend.
Huh? You want to be my friend?
I've been thinking about it for a long time. You're so nice, and you listen to me, so I want to be your friend. I looked for the white flowers because I wanted to help you. I thought if I did, you'd be my friend.
Oh, that's what you were trying to say when I asked you why you were so interested in that flower on Hiyano Mountain.
Yeah, I didn't lie then, but the main reason was because I wanted you to be my friend. So I asked if there was any other way I could help. I'll help you any way I can.
You don't have to do that, you know.
So you don't want to be my friend?
What are you talking about? We're already friends.
What?
That's how I feel anyway. If it's okay with you, I want to be your friend.
But I can't talk normally, and I couldn't bring the flower back. I wasn't any help.
Whether you're helping or not doesn't matter. Friends are friends. Besides, you've been talking normally for a while now.
The way I talk isn't normal. I just blush and go quiet. I can't look people in the eyes.
Listen, it's fine if that's normal for you. But what do you think is normal anyways?
Being able to talk a lot without pausing. If you don't do that, people don't understand.
That's not true. Even if you don't talk very much, I understand how you feel.
Really?
I mean, you found that flower's name from the little that I remembered, and you were going to climb Hiyano Mountain by yourself. Seeing all that, there's no question how much you care about me. Anyone would agree. And who else but a friend would go through that much trouble?
You think so?
Yeah. Take plants, for example. They make you feel good just by being around and not talking, right?
Yeah.
So don't feel like you have to go to great lengths or change who you are just to please others. I think you should just be yourself, just as you are now.
That's kind of strange. I've never thought I could be myself. I always wanted to be normal. I thought that if I was, I would be able to make friends besides Kagura.
Like I said, I'm your friend. So stressing yourself out is the last thing I want you to do. Just like that white flower. You left it alone because you thought it would be happier living on the mountain. I think you should live the way that's easiest for you as well. That sounds a little pompous, though.
No, it doesn't. I'm happy.
Same here. I'm happy to call you my friend.
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh, right. About the flowers. I just thought of one I want to find.
What? Go on.
We couldn't bring back that silent snowmelt before, so I was thinking we could find a flower that's suited for this place. Is there one that would bloom inside the hideout? And I'm just asking as a friend, so...
There are a lot. There's no direct sunlight inside the hideout, so... A flower that can live inside the shade is best. Like a spathiphyllum.
Spatho... what now?
But we should take it outside to get some sun once in a while. It's hard for flowers to bloom without ever getting sunlight. Soil, too. If it's not the right soil for the flower, it will wilt. I know a good shop for soil. I'll take you there.
I was hoping for an easier one. Like one for beginners.
There are no easy plants. They're all living things.
Got it. So first, I should get serious about this. She looks like she's having fun. She has no trouble talking about plants. She sees me as a friend too. I guess that means we're real friends now. There's no other way to put it. Okay, I'm ready to learn, Professor Tsugumi.
Sure. I'll start with the basics. Make sure you take notes.
Huh? Right. Okay.
I told you before, you should take care of yourself, but you don't have to worry about it.
What? Why?
I still want you to take care of yourself, but I found a better way. Don't laugh, okay? I will water you. I'm going to take care of you.
I won't laugh. Thank you.
Blue sky is beautiful. The sun feels warmer than before somehow. I'm sure the animals are happy the extinction belt is gone too. We have to put the hideout's potted plants outside sometimes. Kaguro helps me with that. So, did you help with the hideout's plants?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I put them out, give them water and nutrients. Was that bad?
No. I'm glad you took care of them, even with everything that's going on.
It's because I took what you taught me seriously. The spathiphyllum buds are getting pretty big.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm just glad that they can bloom at the hideout.
That's not it. I was glad to stay in your platoon.
What? Oh, you mean when Major General Fubuki said he would reorganize us?
Yes, I was a little worried then. Of course, I decided to stay in the platoon after some careful consideration. That decision was about parting with the OSF. I don't handle change very well.
But you still came with us. Thanks. It was really reassuring when you decided to come.
I need to thank you, too. You've given me so much courage. You became my friend and told me I can be who I am.
You're making me blush. I barely did anything.
I wish I could be in Yuito platoon forever. But that won't happen, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't be able to stay in the OSF if I lose my powers. And besides, there's a bunch of stuff I want to do.
It's important to do what you want. It's a little unfortunate, but we'll still be friends, won't we?
Of course we're friends. And student-teacher.
You're like the sun to me, Yuito.
What?
Because plants need sun to grow. Even if you leave the OSF, I know you'll be working hard somewhere. That's enough to keep me motivated to grow.
Then you're like the soil to me. The land, earth. Even if we're not in the same place, let's do our best where we are.
Let's have a competition to see whose flower will be prettier. I won't lose.